good morning, and I can say morning because it is morning. Today is Saturday, May 1st. It's the beginning of a brand new month. Rabbit, rabbit. I don't know why we say that, but it's supposed to be good luck. It's supposed to bring you good luck for the month of May. But we do have birthdays. Today is Ann Bateman's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ann. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Birthdays, I just love them. And it's also Sue Warren's birthday. I'm sure Milo's got something special lined up for you today, Sue. I'm sure. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sue. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you both have a really great birthday. I have a friend whose birthday is October 1st, and he said he hates being born on the 1st of the month, because people tend to forget, because it's a new month. A lot of times people forget to turn the calendar over to the new day until a couple days later. And then they go, oh my gosh, it was Ron's birthday. And then they call him and he goes, oh, I know, my birthday was a couple days ago. But I like to always remember people's birthdays. I just do. I guess it's so special. It's the day you were born, and no one's more special than you. You got to always remember that. And a lot of times people tell me that when I sing to them, it's the only song they get. And I find that disheartening, because it's just like, it's your birthday. Go out and party. It's time to celebrate because you were born. You know, you made a difference in the world. You may not think you did, but you made a difference in the world. And so you just have to celebrate that. Let's see what our positive quote is for the year, for the day, for May 1st. I gotta make sure I got the right day. Brandy, I wanted to send you a handwritten thank you note, but you didn't. I don't have your address, even on my Christmas list. How can that be? So go to my email, scarrico39@gmail.com, and let me know when your address is, so I can send you it. And then I can send you a Christmas card too. And if anybody wants a Christmas card, send it to my email. I will send you a Christmas card. So let's see, May 1st. Laughter and play. I like the sound of it already. Never let go of the child within. We're talking about me. That's not going to happen. Be playful. Laugh often. Do things that don't make much sense to anyone else. Pick up rocks and seashells for no other reason than curiosity. Pull on your rubber boots and dance in the rain. Love easily, hold hands with others, and don't ever take yourself so seriously that you forget how to be lighthearted in this big old crazy world. I love that. I just so love that. So, right here I'm going to share a couple pictures of myself acting crazy. I love it. I have no shame. I have fun. I have fun in my life. And I think that, not every day is all happy. I'm not going to say that. You know, everybody has their sad days. You have your grieving days. You have your days where things just didn't go the way you planned. I understand that completely. But I think that if you really try, you can make each day, something in the day, a little bit happy. I mean, you really can. I've told this story before about when my father passed away, which was a sad, sad day. It really, obviously it was sad. And then he died on December 30th, and back then everything closed down for the cemeteries closed, and you couldn't bury anybody over the holidays. And so we had to wait until the 3rd of January to bury my father. But when we were at the funeral home was open from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. That was a long, long day. But some of the memories that I have that bring me a little bit of laughter, because it was a sad day. I'm not trying to make light of the fact that my father passed, because it was a hard time for all of us. But I like to find something in each day to kind of make it a little bit better. But my grandmother had come. My father was. There was six boys in the family, here's a picture of my father's family. Trying to think. There was Uncle John, Uncle Jim, Uncle Joe, Uncle Leo, Uncle Bob, Uncle Frank. Oh no, there was 7. My dad, 7 brothers or 7 boys, and so they all lived around. My father was the only one that lived in Michigan, and so when they came for the funeral, my grandmother wanted to give my dad a kiss, but my grandmother was a very, very short woman. I don't think she was about 5'1" or 5'2", if that. I mean, she was really a really short woman. And she couldn't lean over the coffin to give my dad a kiss, goodbye. So my Uncle Frank and my Uncle Leo lifted her up to lean over so that she could give my father a kiss. So they picked her up and she was leaning over to give my dad a kiss, and she put her hands on the coffin and she started pushing on the coffin as she was leaning in, and now the coffin started to slide. Now the 2 brothers, the 2 sons, had the dilemma, do I drop my mother or do I let my brother fall to the floor? Thankfully, my brother Michael and Pat were really close by and they ran over and, grabbed onto the coffin. But it was, I don't know, humorous in my mind. I know I have a dark humor, but I did. So anyway, when they had moved the kneeler away so that they could get in closer, when they put the kneeler back, they didn't put the kneeler in place the right way, and they didn't clip it, to lock it. And so then the next set of mourners came in, and they knelt down on the kneeler, and they only locked the one side. And when they knelt on that one side, the thing flipped, and then the people fell on the floor. Not funny, I know, not funny. It was. I had to find some kind of humor in the day. I really just, not humor in the day, but some solace in the day that, my dad, who was a prankster, I kind of felt that was his way of being a prankster even in death, because he really was. He just, it's just, like some kind of memories you just got to pick up and hold on to. I don't want to hold on to the sad part of the day, because it was a sad day. It really was the day of the funeral. I mean, but I don't, when you dwell on sadness, it just kind of depresses you. But if you can find some kind of humor in each and every aspect of the day. I was sitting in the little waiting room with my friends, and they had just put on a new loop of music, and one of the songs on the loop was This Time We Almost Made It. And I was sitting there with them, and I'm thinking, is that really that song? Is that really the song I'm hearing? And I looked at my girlfriends, and they looked back at me, and I go, tell me that's not what I'm hearing. And they go, well, that's what you're hearing. So then I went to the funeral director and I said, do you know the music that you're looping? Oh, we just get a soundtrack that we like, and we just like soothing. I said, listen to it. And then the loop came on, and the funeral director was mortified. That was my dad playing pranks from heaven. I know that. I know. So anyway, and like my mother's on her funeral day, it was sad. I know I'm talking about funerals, but these bring me happier memories because it reminds me of how much fun I had with my parents, because my parents were lots of fun. And I think that's why all of us in my family, all my brothers and sisters, that we have that streak of, I don't know, like morbid humor. I don't know what it is. It's just whatever. But my mother was a big gambler. She was like, oh my gosh, she would gamble away her last pair of shoes if she could. I mean, she just loved to gamble. And my nephew Steve used to bring her all the time. So when we had her funeral, my father and my mother always said that, well, my father more so, not my mother, but my father always said that he always wanted to have some money in his pocket, just in case there was an entrance fee into heaven. He wanted some change in his pocket. And so, obviously we had change in his pocket, and every time I don't go to the graves. I'm not a grave-going person. I don't believe that they're there. I mean, their body's there, but they're not there, so I don't go. But I go, like if someone from out of town goes and they want to come to the cemetery, I bring them to the cemetery. My daughter Christy and my sister Mary and my brother Michael, they take care of the plot, so they're not abandoned. If nobody was there taking care of them, I definitely would be going, but I know that they're in good care. So anyway, so every time somebody goes, we always put change on the headstone. So I'm sure that when little kids are forced to go to the cemetery and they see pennies and nickels and dimes on the grave, they pick them up. That would make my dad really happy. It really would. But with my mother, she always said, well, I hope that there's a gambling section in heaven, because that's where you'll find me. So she says, when you die and you come to heaven, don't wait for me at the gate. Look for me at the poker hall, because that's where we're going to meet her. But anyway, so my nephew Steve had given her a bunch of chips to put in her in case she needed some poker chips. You gotta have a stack. You gotta have, what is it? you got to have your ante to get into the poker games, and you know you got to have your money behind it to back it. So he put all of these little things, like not in her hand, but on top of her, you know, chest. And so then we had the final closing and stuff like that. And when they were carrying her into the church, you know, like when they wheel her in on the gurney or whatever, I don't know what they call it, but you know, I know there's an official name. But when they were wheeling her in, the chips started falling, and they were hitting the bottom of the coffin. And so as they're going and they're walking, you can hear ping, 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 because my mother did like playing the slot machines too. Ping, ping, and we all just started looking at each other and kind of giggling. I mean, it wasn't the proper place to be giggling, but it was just, that was probably my mother going bing, bing, bing. I just know it. But anyway, that's completely off the topic of what I was going to talk about today. I was going to talk about a new month. And I know a lot of time people say new month, new goals, you know, new chances. Well, you know, it is a new chance, but you know, you don't need to make new goals. Just stay with what you're doing and, you know, follow your plan. And just know that, you know, like it's like a new day of the week, it's a new day of the month. It's like a fresh start. But it doesn't mean that you have to think that, oh, everything I did last month was a complete failure. I mean, you might not have had the best month last month, but, you know, if you tried, you were successful. Even if you had a gain last month, if you were trying, obviously if you had a gain, you weren't trying really, really hard. Let's be honest. You really weren't trying that hard if you had a gain. But if you didn't gain as much as you would have in the past, that's a success. That's a success story. Now, I lost 2.2 pounds last month. I had gains and losses last month. I still consider it a successful month. I really do. I could have, even if I would have stayed the same, I would have still considered it a successful month because I know how I have been in the past. And I know in the past I have gone crazy after I've lost some weight. And I just think that I can always go back to my old way of eating. And I wait too long in the past. I waited too long to get back on track. Now I'm very proud of the fact that even though I go off track, because let's face it, I've been going off track a lot this year, I don't let myself get past to that point of no return. We've all hit that point of no return where we just say, forget it, I can't do this anymore. You know what, I gained 10 pounds, I gained 15 pounds, I've gained 40 pounds. That doesn't mean that you're a failure. You've recognized that you've had a gain. You've recognized that there was a problem. And you're willing to face that recognition and say to yourself, you know what, I did make a mistake. I know I made a mistake. I gained weight back. I worked so hard to get that weight off. And why did I do that? Worrying about why you did it is not going to get that weight off. Realizing that you did it, you're human, you made a mistake, but you know what? You don't learn anything if you don't make a mistake. Like I told you, people don't. When you're first learning how to walk, you fall down a lot. You fall down constantly, but you keep getting up. And that's what you just got to remember when you're on this weight loss program. You just got to keep getting up, not giving up. Don't give up. Don't listen to me when words stumble out of my mouth the wrong way. You got to keep getting up. You got to keep on trying. And don't ever think of yourself as a failure. Because as soon as you think of yourself as a failure, you've lost. You're not going to accomplish anything. And we've had a lot of stress in the last year and a half. We really have had a lot of stress. And so, not to make an excuse for weight gains, I'm not trying to do that. But I'm just trying to say that if you acknowledge that it was a hard year, it really was a hard year, I think that you'll realize that, you know, I can get back on track. You know, I lost that weight before. I can do it again. I know I can do it again. And remember that, you know, just because you're going to lose it again doesn't mean you might not gain it back again. You just might. But face the realization that it might happen. But do everything you can in your power to keep that from happening again. And I know you'll be successful. I really do. So we have 31 more days this month. 31 days that we can wake up each day and say, today's the day. Today's the day I'm going to do better than I did yesterday. And even if you did excellent today, tomorrow you can say, you know, I did really good yesterday. But do you think I can do just a little bit better today? And if you can't, if you say, no, you know what, I did everything perfect yesterday, I didn't do anything wrong, then do it again. Do it again. And then do it as many times as you need to do it. And if you had a bad day, recognize you had a bad day. Something called your name. I can't help it. Sometimes they get together, they form a little posse, and then they get together and they get in your brain and they get just kind of sway you. And sometimes they win. Sometimes those thoughts win. They really do. But that doesn't mean that you have to listen to them every single time. sometimes you're strong enough to say, you know what, I listened to you yesterday, and today I'm not feeling the best about it. So today I'm not going to listen to you. Maybe tomorrow you'll hear them again. I don't know. But it's a constant battle. Once you reach your goal, you still got to fight to stay there. So it's a battle that you got to face each day, and it's a war you're never going to win. It really is never a war that you're going to win. It's kind of like, I'm not going to, it's just, I'm just going to say something, but I'm not. It's political. It's just, like it's a war that we fight every single day. It's a battle. Not a war. It's a battle, I guess I should say. And once you reach the finish line, when you're playing football and you get that touchdown, okay, I got a touchdown. I achieved my goal that time. Okay, the game's over. I don't have to play anymore. You got 4 quarters to play. So you got to play all 4 quarters, and you got to keep trying to reach that goal line. And every time you get that goal line, then you got to protect that goal line, make sure that nobody else crosses your goal line. I know football analogy, and it's not even football season, it's baseball season, which I think, sorry, people that love baseball, I think it's like watching paint dry. I just can't get into the baseball game. I try, and I try, and I try. And I can't. I just can't. But anyway, new month, same goals, same determination, same aspect on life. If it was good last month, it'll be good this month. If last month wasn't the best, just change your goals a little bit, I guess. But just keep your focus. That's all. Focus on the prize. That's what you got to do. Like when my nephew, my son-in-law Aaron can go to those claw machines, pop a quarter in, go and pick up and get the thing. I could pay like $25 and never get the thing. Never in a million years. And then my other question is, how do these kids get into these claws? How do they get into them? I don't understand. It doesn't look like they can, but I don't know. I don't even know why I got on that subject. Once again, thought came into my mind. I let it out. I let it escape, and for no apparent reason. But I guess it has something to do with grabbing your opportunities in life. So grab an opportunity this month. Grab one day. Just pick one day of the month. Today, that's the day. Maybe it might, let's say, the 15th of May. I'm going to make a menu plan for the 15th of May and say on the 15th of May, this is exactly what I'm going to do on that day. Whether it's go for a walk, watch a certain TV program, read a certain book, do some meditation, make a cake, a sugar-free cake, obviously. Obviously, you knew that. A new recipe. But pick one day this month that you're going to do something special. And then you have something to look forward to. But look forward to the whole month, because this is our month. I know it. Okay, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe. Stay safe.